So, again, folks who are with us here live, please say hi in the chat. Folks watching by replay, if you have questions about this lesson, please leave them for Marla in the comments below, either on the class page or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave it in the comments there. My name is Bajir. I am a bridge learner, like all of you now, and I created LearnBridge Online so that we could learn from some of the best bridge teachers from around the world. Marla Lawson is here to help welcome you to one of the most rewarding games ever invented. We've seen just countless students come through her classes, now playing in clubs, playing with friends. It's a wonderful way to make friends online and in person. Of course, it's another way for us to exercise our brains, keep them sharp. We got to do it. Please stay tuned afterwards as well, because we have a special offer for folks who'd like to keep learning with Marla. It's our best special offer of the year. It's that time of year. So we thought we'd jump in with a special offer, hoping that you guys will keep going down this path, this adventure of learning bridge. I'll let you guys know about that at the end of the lesson. Rise is here. Hey, Doug, let me find Marla. We'll call her up to the stage. Enough talk, more rock. Here she comes. Please join me in a warm virtual welcome. Hey, Marla.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, let me turn up the volume. Hey, there you go. Sorry,
you can hear me now?
Yep, I had the computer on mute. Looking forward to today's lesson.
Me too. Welcome back, everybody.
It should be a good one. Well, we have a wonderful group of learners, both with us live and watching by replay. Marla, I'll turn it over to you, and I'll come back at the end to let folks know about our special offer for folks to keep going.
All right. Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing very well. Hope the weather's nice where you are. If you're in the U.S., hope you're gearing up for Thanksgiving, watching some football. And if you're not in the U.S., I hope you're enjoying whatever life has on offer for you right now. So let's talk about bridge. So, a little review. So last week we learned that the magic number in bridge is 13. There's 13 cards in each suit. Each player is dealt 13 cards, and there are 13 tricks in every hand of bridge. The highest card is the ace, followed by the king, queen, jack, 10, and then those are called the honors, and then the spot cards from the 9 down to the 2. The object of the game is to take as many tricks as possible, you and partner combined as a team. And the first method of winning tricks is with honors or high cards. The ace is the high card in the suit, and you must follow suit, remember. So if a spade has been played and you have the ace of spades, that's the highest spade, you win the trick and you play the first card to the next trick. So one way of winning tricks is with high cards. A second method of winning tricks is with length, long cards. If you have a 6-card suit, especially if it's headed by ace, king, queen, jack, play the ace, play the king, the queen, the jack, and the suit will run, as we say, and you'll get lots of tricks that way. And we also looked at some important concepts in the endeavor of taking tricks. One is to unblock. Remember, play honors from the short side first. The short side meaning the side with fewer cards in that suit. So if you have queen little in the dummy, ace, king, jack, 4th in your hand, start with the queen and then play small towards your long suit of winners. Otherwise it can get blocked. We also talked about promoting winners. So maybe you don't have the ace or the king, but you have queen, jack, 10, 9, 8. If you can force out the opponent's ace and king, you have promoted your lesser honors to be winners. That's also known as establishing a suit. So you force out the other high cards, you promote yours, and you can run the suit and cash your length tricks. You've established the suit. And we learned about the idea of transportation and entries. It doesn't do any good to set up a long suit if you don't have a way to get back to it after you've set it up. So you make sure you have transportation between the two hands and that you have entries to get to your winners. All right. Are there questions? We're going to look at some examples as a means of review and then look at a new concept. But if there's any questions to start with, please type them in the chat box. I promise you, you're not the only one with that question, and there are no stupid questions in Bridge. So while you're thinking, I will set up my screen over here. Okay. Give me a shout and let me know if you can see my screen with the boxes on it. Great. Okay. So the goal of this exercise here is to take 2 tricks. Everybody has 3 cards. So that means there are 3 tricks available, and we need to take 2 of them. So we can lose 1. And we're going to start with the south hand, because I don't know if you can see from where you are, but that's the box that's highlighted in yellow. But we play both north and south cards. Well, what cards do we have that are winners? The top cards. Any thoughts? One of them jumps out at me. Yeah, the ace of spades. But we need 2 tricks. Well, our cards are in spades and hearts. So we need one of our hearts to be a winner. But we see that West has the ace. But we can also see if we start with one of our hearts and sacrifice it, let's say we play the king, West has to follow suit, so they have to win their ace, and we'll play a small heart from the dummy, north. So now West, because they had to win, they had to play their ace, they're on lead. All they have left are spades. How convenient, because we have to follow suit, so we'll play the 6 of spades, East plays their spade, and we win this trick with the ace of spades. Now our queen of hearts, the last card remaining in our hand, is promoted to be a winner, and that's how we get 2 tricks. Okay, again, we have to win 2 tricks. And it's a little similar, except that our honors in the heart suit are split. But it works the same way. We can still play the king first if we want to force out the ace. This time, East has the ace. Just make sure you play the small one from dummy. And then East has to play a spade, which will win. And now we're in the south hand with the ace, but we can bridge to the north where the queen is good. Okay, now we have to win 3 tricks. And there are 4 tricks available because everybody has 4 cards, which means we can lose 1. Well, if we go suit by suit, we're only working with 2 suits here. In the spade suit, how many tricks do we have right now? We don't have to set anything up. We don't have to force any cards out. Yeah, 1, the king of spades. That's a winner. Now, what about in the heart suit? How many tricks do we have right now that we can take immediately without forcing anything out? Right now, we have 0 because we don't have the ace. But once the ace is played, 2 of our 3 hearts will be winners. So the first thing we have to do to promote our heart winners is force out the ace. And we have to do that before we play our spade winner, because we need that spade winner to get back in the game. So it doesn't really matter which heart we play. So West is playing small. We call this ducking. They're not going to take their ace. But we have to play one of our honors from North, or East will win with the 10, and we don't want that. So let's play the king. And I'm just going to continue with hearts. And again, now we have to sacrifice the queen. And then West took their ace because they had to follow suit, and all they have left are spades. So we're very happy because we have the winning spade. And now the 6 of hearts will bridge to the winning jack in the North hand. Okay, this one might be a little less obvious. We don't have any aces or kings in our hand. And we have to win 3 tricks. So let's start from the bottom this time. In clubs, how many tricks do we have immediately based on the cards we see in front of us? Yeah, the queen is high because we're only concerned with the cards right in front of us on this exercise. And what about in diamonds? Looks like the same situation, actually identical. All the cards are identical. Everybody's got, the same card in diamonds that they have in clubs. So, okay, we have 2 winners immediately in clubs and diamonds, but we need 1 more. And in spades, we have the queen and the jack, but we're missing both the ace and the king. We can get our 3rd trick from the spade suit, but we have to give up the lead twice because we have to let the opponents win the ace and the king. But fortunately, we have stoppers, winners, in the other 2 suits. And everybody's only got 1 card in each of those other 2 suits, so we don't have to worry about using up our stopper in the suit. Well, I might start with the queen, and we also have the 10 in the North hand. That's the T. Don't ever underestimate the value of the 10. The 10 is an honor. All right, West won the ace, and now they're going to play their diamond. Well, that's fine because we can win the queen. And we're going to continue our mission, try to force out the king. So this time I'm going to play a small spade towards the 10 because the 10 and the jack are equivalent. So the 10 will do just as well to force out the king. And now East is playing a club. And we can win with the queen. And our jack, which has been promoted, is our third winner. Okay, one more partial. We have to win 4 tricks out of the 5 tricks available because everyone has 5 cards. Okay, and this also illustrates one of the concepts we learned last week about unblocking and honors from the short side first. But what are our winners? Immediately, just the ace of diamonds. But the spade suit looks pretty nice. We have king, queen, jack 10, 4th. So king, queen, jack 10, 4 honors in a row. Once the ace is out, the next 3 will be winners. And same concept. We have to lose a trick to set up the spade suit. So we want to lose that trick while we can still win, stop the other suit that's in play, which is diamonds here. And since we want to play honors from the short side first, the first spade we should play is the small one towards the queen. And West has held up their ace. We're going to keep playing spades relentlessly until West takes their ace. Okay. So they've switched to a diamond, and lucky for us, we held on to our ace of diamonds, which is the winner here. And now the king and the jack of spades are both winners. So we lost one trick to set up 3 winners, and we took 4 tricks. Are there any? Oh, there's a question. They didn't have to follow suit. Well, they had to follow suit as long as they had one. But when we were playing, see, we have 4 spades and West has 4 spades, but North and East each have 2. So North and East were both out of spades when we were playing the last 2. But otherwise, yes, absolutely, you must follow suit if you have a card in that suit. Okay, let's see. Should we do this one? Well, this is a similar concept. We have to win 4 tricks. And the spade suit is pretty nice, but we're missing the king. So we can cash the ace first if we want to. And North doesn't have any spades, so North can't follow suit. So they have to play one of their hearts. They're discarding. And now we have to give up a spade. So we'll play the queen, expecting that they're going to win the king, which they do. And they've returned a heart, but we held on to that ace of hearts to stop the heart suit. And the jack and the 10 of spades are now winners. And again, North doesn't have anything of value for us in this particular combination, so they're just going to be discarding. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at some complete hands here. So we are in 2 no trump, the box. You don't worry about the auction. It's up to the right of the north hand. But if you remember, I think I told you last week, how many tricks do you have to take? If the contract is 2, no trump, it's at the 2 level, 2 plus 6 is 8. We have to take 8 tricks, which means we can lose 5. But let's count our winners. So one thing we're going to do, we're going to think about shape. How many cards are in each of the suits? So in the north hand, we have 3 spades, 4 hearts, 3 diamonds, and 3 clubs. And so the way we would talk about the shape of the north hand, you always say the longest first. You would say 4, 3, 3, 3. 4 cards in one suit and 3 cards in each of the other suits. And we abbreviate this mostly to say 4, 3, 3, 3. And the south hand, we have 3 spades, 2 hearts, 4 diamonds, and 4 clubs. But again, when we're talking about shape, we start with the longer numbers first. So the south hand's shape is 4, 4, 3, 2. This becomes more important later, but it's important. The first thing you do when you pick up your hand, look at your shape, and then look at your high cards. So we have to take 8 tricks. Where are they going to come from? Let's go suit by suit. So in the north hand, how many tricks do we have immediately? Right now, we could take them right now. And we can look at what we have in both hands. So we have the ace in the north hand and the king queen in the south hand. So we could take 3 tricks immediately because we could play ace, then king, then queen, or in any order, because those are the top 3. They're winners right now because we have all of those high cards. In hearts, well, we have a nice heart suit. We have king, queen, jack, 10, fourth, as we say, meaning the jack, the 10, and 2 small cards to make a 4-card suit. But we're missing the ace. So right now, we can't take any heart tricks. So we can take 3 spades and no hearts. And what about in diamonds? Well, yeah, we have 2, the ace and the king. Okay, so we have 5 sure winners right now. The ace, king, queen of spades, and the ace, king of diamonds. So we need 8 winners. We need 3 more. So how can we establish more tricks? Well, we look at our long suits and we look at our strong suits. Our strongest of the remaining 3 suits after the 3 spades is actually probably the heart suit. Diamonds, we have the ace and the king. That's only 2 tricks. But once we force out the ace of hearts, we'll get 3 more tricks. So that's one source of tricks, but that's only, well, we said we only needed 3 more. So we could focus on the hearts. The other thing we can look at is our long suits. So And when we talk about how many cards we have in the suit, we are looking at both of them. So in spades, we have 6 cards, but they completely offset each other. The suit is mirrored. So we're only taking 3 spade tricks, and we are taking 3 spade tricks no matter what. And in hearts, the heart suit is great in terms of strength, because we're just missing the ace. But we have a total of 6 of them. So it's not our longest suit. Our longest suits are clubs and diamonds, because in each of those 2 suits, we have 7 cards. So sometimes you can get more tricks by promoting your honors, your lesser honors. And sometimes if you have a long suit, you can get length tricks. But here, probably hearts is going to be the easiest and most reliable way to get our extra tricks. So thinking about our transportation options, any thoughts about where to win the first trick? Yeah, we probably should win it in the south hand and save that ace. And again, we're going to be relentless in trying to force out the ace of hearts. So they hold up once, they hold up twice. Well, lucky for us, I see 2 entries to the north hand. The ace of spades is 1. So we have to cross over there and continue with the hearts. And now we're out of hearts in the south hand. So we have to discard, save that queen of spades, because that's one of our winners. But you can throw away a small card, maybe a small club. I'm not sure if it matters in this case. Okay, so they finally won their ace. And now your queen of spades is a winner, which is great because they played a spade. And your 10 of hearts up in the north hand has been promoted. But can you get to it? You can. Do you see your transportation to the north hand? We said it was one of our immediate winners before when we were counting our immediate winners. The king of diamonds. We can play a small diamond to the king, and that's our transportation back to the north hand. And now we can play the 10 of hearts. And again, I'm not sure if it matters what we discard in this example. Okay, so we took 7 tricks. That's the square to the right of the south hand. And our 8th trick is the ace of diamonds. And there we are. Okay, now I want to show you our next concept. So go back to the slideshow. Can you see the slides again, hopefully? Okay, great. We want to take more tricks. How can we get more? So you can take tricks with high cards and long cards, or with a finesse. What's a finesse? A finesse is when you try to win a trick with a high card that's not the highest card outstanding in a suit. So for example, here in the club suit, you could definitely win with the ace, but we don't have the king. But if you play a small club, the arrow's not lined up exactly, and try to win with the queen instead of the ace, that's a finesse. Because the queen isn't guaranteed to take a trick because you don't know where the king is. So trying to play towards the queen and hoping that the queen wins is called a finesse. Okay. Are there questions about that concept on its base level? And we are going to look at some more examples. Okay, here we are in finesse land. So the goal is to win 2 tricks. We're starting from the south hand, and we can play both. We have to play both the north and the south cards. Well, the ace, of course, is a winner. The queen, not so much, because the king is outstanding. But we can take a finesse. So, and here, because we can see the cards in the opponent's hands, we'll know which one to play. We'll start with a spade, any spade from the south hand. If West plays their smaller spade, we see that we can win this trick with the queen. And then we can cash the ace. And this works with non-honors also. Again, we have to win 2 tricks. We got all the spot cards, 9 through 2 in the spade suit, and we're starting from south. Same idea. Play a spade from the south hand. And yes, Marcia, that was a finesse. And so is this. So we can see that West has the 8 and the 6. They played the 6, so we can win with the 7. And now the 9 is the highest spade left, and that will win our second trick. This time we're starting from the north hand because the north box is highlighted. And we have to win 2 tricks. And we have the king, but we also have the highest spot card remaining, the 8. So same idea. We'll play one of the small diamonds and see what East does. When they play small, we win cheaply with the 8. And then the king is a winner and will capture their jack. Now, let's see. Right, so this one, we're starting from the north hand. And it says the target is to win 1 trick. And that's lucky for us because we're only going to get 1. Can you see why? We can play a small heart. We're starting from the north hand. And now we have to choose the ace or the queen. And we are playing before West, who has the king. So if we play the ace, West is going to play small. And now they're going to capture our queen with the king. But if we do it the other way, we start and we play the queen, they'll grab their king. So we're always only getting one trick from this layout. In bridge, we say, because the king is unfavorably placed from our perspective, the king is offside. If East had the king, if the East had to play before us, then we would say the king is onside. All right. Let's see. So we have to win 4 tricks. We have to win them all. And we're starting from the north hand. Well, the ace of hearts is certainly a winner. And the ace of clubs is a winner. But we have the queen and the jack, but we don't have the king. So those aren't guaranteed winners yet. And this time we have to win all 4 tricks. So we can't sacrifice one of those honors to force out the king. But there is a way that we can take all 4 tricks because we're starting from the north hand. So, oh, Jean, I'm sorry, you have to go. Well, watch the rest of it on the recording for sure. Well, we're positioned to take a finesse, right? So we'll play a small club, and East played small, so we know we can win with the jack. Well, if a finesse works once, it will probably work again, but we have to get back to the north hand to do it again. And that's where that ace of hearts is going to come in really handy. That's our transportation back to the north hand to repeat the finesse. So we'll play another club. East plays small again. It worked the first time, and the finesse worked the second time. And now we're just left with the ace of clubs, which is our 4th winner. Okay, we have to win 3 tricks. And we're starting from the south hand because the south box is highlighted. What do you think our plan should be? Yeah, we would like to take a heart finesse to make sure we can get both the ace and the queen, but we have to get to the north hand to take the finesse. So we'll get to the north hand with the ace of spades. This time we have to do that first. We only need 1 finesse, and here it goes. And now we can win with the queen and cash the ace. Okay. Well, here it doesn't actually matter, so I'm going to skip this one. All right, we have to win 3 tricks. We have the ace and the king of spades. Those are winners for sure, but the jack, not so much. Fortunately, we can see where the queen is. And if we start from south, we have to play through West's queen. We can finesse the jack. But unfortunately, we're not in the south hand because the north box is highlighted. But we can get to the south hand by playing the 7 of spades to the ace. Now we're in the correct hand to take the finesse. So we'll play another spade, and when West plays small, we'll play the jack, and the king is the highest spade left. Are there questions? Okay. We have to win 2 tricks. This time we're starting from the south hand. So we have the ace, and we have the queen and the jack, but we're missing the king. This is a different kind of finesse. This is called a push finesse or a direct finesse. But I like the push finesse. That makes sense to me. We're pushing our honors through. We're starting from the south hand. So because we have both the queen and the jack, and they're equivalent, we can play one of them. And when West plays small, we can see that the queen will hold the trick. And then we can play the jack, and West will cover with the king, but we have the ace. And I can't make the East-West pairs play it differently, but if instead, if we played one of these, if they had played the king, I can't make them do that, then we would win the ace here and use our small heart to come back to the queen, which would be promoted. Maybe they'll let me show that here. So same kind of concept. We have to win 3 tricks. We have the ace king for sure. Those are winners, but we're missing the queen, and we have to start from the south hand. Now, this is the important part. It's not good enough to just push the jack through, because if you do, and West takes the queen and you win the ace, you still only got 2 tricks. You can do this push finesse because you have the jack and the 10. They're equivalent. So we'll start with the jack. West covers. That's fine. So we can overtake and, well, win with the ace. And now we have the king of hearts in the north hand and the 10 of hearts in the south hand, which are both winners. So that is how we get 3 tricks. So that's the push finesse in action. Ah, well, we have to win all 5 tricks. And North, actually, they only have the ace is the only face card, but they have the ace and the 10. They have 2 honors. And they have a nice set of spots, and it's a nice 5-card suit. We can have length tricks galore. And south, we're starting from south, because that's the highlighted box. We have queen, jack, 8. So once again, because we have both the queen and the jack and the 8, we have really queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way down. We start by pushing the queen. And West plays small. So we play small from the north hand because the queen's going to win the trick, and we want to stay in the south hand and repeat the push. So now we'll try the jack. And again, they're not taking their king. They're holding up. And East doesn't have any diamonds, so they have to play their hearts. Okay, now we're going to play our last diamond from the south hand. This is our last time in the south hand. And they play small. So we'll win as cheaply as possible with the 9. And now we can capture their king with our ace. We're out of diamonds in the south hand, so we can't follow suit. So we'll play a heart. And our 10 of diamonds is now our 5th winner. Any thoughts or questions? We have to win 4 tricks. We're starting from the north hand this time. Well, again, we can see that the king of clubs is on side. We have to play through that king. And since we have the queen jack here and we have the 10 up here, we should start. This is still a push finesse the first time with the 10, because queen jack 10 are all equivalent. And when East plays small, we let the 10 win. And now we can play the indirect finesse towards our honors. And when East plays a small club, we win as cheaply as possible with the jack. And now we can capture East's king with our ace. And now our queen is also high. Any thoughts or questions? Let's look at some entire hands now. Okay. We're in 3 no trump. We've got to take 9 tricks because 3 plus 6 is 9. So first things first, what is the shape of the north hand? Remember, we usually say the highest number first. So we are 5, because we have 5 hearts. 5, 3, 3, 2. Because we have 5 hearts, 3 diamonds, 3 clubs, and 2 spades. So the north hand's shape is 5, 3, 3, 2. And what about the south hand's shape? Well, we are 4 clubs, 4 diamonds, 3 spades, and 2 hearts. So the south shape is 4, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we need 9 tricks. Let's go suit by suit. And how many tricks can we take immediately? Our top tricks with our top winners. In spades. Well, we have the ace and the king, so that's 2. What about in hearts? Top tricks. It's a nice looking heart suit, but we only have 1 top trick, the ace. The others are not yet set up because the king is missing. So 2 spades and 1 heart is 3. What about in diamonds? Right, we have one diamond. Okay, so 2 spades, 1 heart, 1 diamond is 4. And how many clubs? Well, we have the ace and the king. So that's 2 club tricks. So that's a total of 6 tricks. We need 3 more. And I think we've all seen the best source of tricks will be the heart suit because we're just missing the king. So if the king is on side, meaning with West, because West will have to play before the North hand, we could potentially take 5 heart tricks, maybe. But we have to make sure we do this while we still have stoppers in the other suits. Otherwise, if the king is offside and East has it and they win, they'll start playing their other winners. So we'll win the first trick in the south hand, as we must, because that's where our high cards are. And immediately let's take a finesse. So queen, jack, 10, 9 are all equivalent. I'll play the queen. Great. If a finesse worked once, it will probably work again. But we have to get back to the south hand to do it. Now we have 3 ways to get back to the south hand. Do you see what they are? We have the king of spades, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of clubs. Now, we could use any one of them, but I have a strong preference for one. I don't like to use up my stoppers because if the finesse loses, then, if I don't have any stoppers left in a suit, they could hurt me. So in spades, the king is the only stopper left. And in diamonds, the queen maybe, but the ace for sure. But in clubs, we have both the ace and the king. So I'm going to use my club entry. And now I'm going to take another finesse. Great. It did work again. Okay. And this is getting a little more harder to visualize, perhaps. Just like we talked about the shape of the hands, every suit has a shape. So I'll go back to the beginning and show you this again here. So north shape of the hand was 5-3-3-2, and south is 4-4-3-2. Each suit has a shape. So the heart suit, we can see 2 of them, 5 and 2. So it could be 5-3-3-2. It could be 5-4-2-2. It could be 5-5-2-1. We don't know yet. But each suit also has a shape. All right, so we'll do what we were doing before. We'll take the finesse. And we see that everybody followed once. So everyone had at least 1 heart. Now we'll come down to the ace of clubs as we discussed and do it again. And everybody followed twice. So everyone had at least 2 hearts. 8 hearts have been played. We have 3 in the north hand. That means that there are 2 left. So let's cash the ace of hearts and see what happens. And now again, we have to discard. Maybe I'll throw away my 2 of clubs. I don't think it matters. And look at that. The king fell and everyone followed a third time. So the heart suit broke 5, 3, 3, 2. And if we were counting, that means that the only ones left, because everyone played to 3 rounds, so that was 4, 8, 11. The 10 and the 9 of hearts are winners. So we can throw away a diamond. And I don't think it matters. I'll throw away a spade. So we're up to 7 tricks. And now we can cash the king of spades, the ace of diamonds, and the king of clubs. And that's a bonus trick. We got 10 tricks. And the king of diamonds was offside because the queen had to be played first. So I'm keeping track in my head of what East and West have played. That's the ultimate goal. That's very advanced for your second bridge class. So don't worry about that. I'm putting these ideas out there for your consideration. They'll incubate in here. But I mostly just want you to start thinking about shape, the shape of the hand and the shape of a suit. And so they'll take the rest of these tricks. But we got 10 tricks instead of 9. We got an over trick, which is grand. That's worth extra money at the bridge table. All right. So are there any questions before I close out of this screen? Well, we have all 4 hands in front of us, so we can see the shape of each suit. So the hearts were 5, 3, 3, 2. And so were the spades. 5, 3, 3, 2. The diamond suit is 4, 3, 3, 3, or 4, triple 3. And the club suit is 4, 4, 3, 2. Keep thinking about these shapes. Keep saying those number patterns in your mind, and they'll eventually become more ingrained, and they'll become more important later. But it's great to start thinking about shape now from day 1 or day 2, because then it will be easier as you move forward. All right. That is all we have time for. You will have all these slides and notes available to you to remind you of the ways of taking tricks. And there is another way to take tricks, and it involves the trump suits. So I hope you'll come back next week. We'll start looking at the trump suit and how that can give you some advantages in taking even more tricks. Now, Bajir, are you still here?
Thank you so much, Marla. Thank you, everyone, especially folks with us live. Marla, you're turning us into detectives.
Yes, bridge is like a detective game.
It's so fun. You're pushing us to really find the clues to see what we can't see at first. And it's just such a thrill as the light bulbs go off and you go, oh, wait. So they must have this number of spades, or they must have this card if it hasn't come out yet.
And oh, by the way, nobody, maybe the real experts, but nobody gets it right all the time. So I don't want people to ever stress thinking about it's not, I don't get it, I'm not counting it right. You'll get better and better the more you do it, and everybody makes mistakes and everybody gets it wrong sometimes. So
I'll add to that, because I remember, if it feels overwhelming or it feels like it's a lot right now or confusing, that's also fine too. It's maybe the most common experience at this stage of the journey. So if right now you're feeling a little bit frazzled, don't worry, stick with it. And more moments of clarity will come, and just the feeling of reward that comes with those moments is just so wonderful. So yes, I mentioned, but we're starting, a Black Friday promotion early. So I will include details with the replay, which I'll email to everyone. But you can keep learning with Marla. The next 8 weeks will be at 50% the regular membership price for all of our classes at LearnBridge Online. So usually membership in any of our classes billed at $40 every 4 weeks. And so with this promotion, it's 50% off the first 2 billing cycles, or the first 2 8 weeks. You can cancel anytime. It's really a great deal, especially to learn with, such a wonderful teacher like Marla. So we'd love to have you join us. Keep an eye on your inbox for more information, or just email me with any questions. hello@learnbridgeonline.com. You'll reach me personally, and I'd love to help out. If folks who are watching this, if you do have more experience, we have other classes, including classes sort of at the improver level, lessons taught by Marla that you could hop right into right away. So let me know as well. Maybe you don't need to start from scratch, but still want to improve your bridge. Marla, thank you so much. It's really just such a joy being able to do these 2 free beginner lessons.
Oh, I'm glad. I hope everyone had fun.
It's a good group we have here so far.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well done, everybody. Thank you, Marla. Well done to you too.
All right. See you soon, I hope.
Bye, everyone. See you next week. Same time, same place.